Good morning, St. Martin's parents. This has really been a very interesting time and a very tricky time, and your frustration is ours. On Thursday last week, after extensive discussions with the Department of Basic Education, we received a circular from ISASA saying that independent schools can bring back their pupils as they see fit, as long as all the protocols are in place, and we were delighted. As a school, we've worked really hard and all of the protocols to the T are in place. And so we were delighted because we thought we could have our children back. Literally 24 hours later, the Government Gazette was published on Friday at 4:30 in the afternoon, and it said exactly the opposite. I couldn't actually believe it when the message came through. And then, of course, on the weekend, you saw the chaos in the newspapers, the toing and froing, whether even the grade 7s and 12s would be allowed back. And that's where we made the decision to just take a week to make sure that everything in terms of the protocols from ISASA and everything is in place before we allowed the kids back. And so what I can say to you is that next week our matrics and our grade 7s are allowed back on Monday, and we will have them back. At this stage, the process that we have to now follow is that for other grades, if we want to bring them back earlier, we have to put through a consent form to the Department of Basic Education. We did that, and we have received a reply from them that they have received our submission and that we will now need to wait for their consent. Your guess is as good as mine how long that will be, but all the documentation is in so that we are now just waiting for them. I will send out a tentative schedule later today of how we plan to bring back each of the forms or the grades, and so you will be able to see when your child in a particular grade will be allowed back. What we certainly aim in having is that all of our pupils will be back before half term. We have decided on the staggered approach because each grade does need to have some time to integrate into the school. And so I think that's really important that we do it correctly. You would have seen some schools are perhaps bringing their children back a bit earlier. I think it's important for me that we stick to the law. I don't want to be seen as a school to be breaking the law. I think that's really important for me. And so please do be patient and wait for the confirmation. I will be in contact with you as soon as we hear anything about the other grades and when they are permitted to come back. I can tell you as a school, we are so ready to have our pupils back. The teachers have done a great job with their online learning. I'm really so grateful to them. They've done really amazing things. And thank you to you for parents, as parents, that you've really jumped in and done all this homeschooling. I really appreciate everything that you've done for your children. In the prep school, we have organized a number of orientation days, and these will start on Friday. And then next week, I think it's important for the littlies to come back a little bit earlier, to spend 2 hours on campus, to get used to the new environment, what they must do, how they must do it, how they must wear their mask, hand sanitizers and everything else. And so they will be coming back in a program next week, just for 2 hours in the mornings or the afternoons, so that they can actually just get used to this new environment. At the high school, what we have organized is that each grade or each form before they're allowed back will get extensive details of everything that is required. And then the day before they come back, or 2 days, we will have a MS Teams meeting with each of the forms. And I want to invite you as parents, if you would like to be part of that Teams meeting, you're most welcome to attend. Our meeting with the matrics was most successful. They asked all kinds of questions which we thought were really well thought through and clever, and we were able to answer those questions. And you then as parents can perhaps also ask 1 or 2 questions if you feel that you're not certain about something. We have a few surprises when each grade and form gets back, and we're really looking forward to having all those faces back at St. Martin's. And so please be patient with us. We will be in contact with you, but everything is ready to have our pupils back at school. Thank you.